There's a live look at the Hawks Nest here at Humber College for another double dip here. We get the second match of OCAA volleyball. This time we get the men's, Humber taking on St. Clair. I'm Andrew Milani alongside Matt Caldwell. And Matt, this is the final game of the regular season for Humber. They're going for that perfect record. And they coming in here as a St. Clair team looking to get back to 500. This looks like it could be a little bit of a trap game. Are you expecting that from Humber?
I'm not too sure. I think Humber is just going to try to continue to play the game that they've been playing all year long because it's been so successful. I mean, the fact that they have started 17-0 is pretty incredible, and can't go without stating. As well, I mean, the Humber Hawks, you know, they're leading just in the OCAA 17-0. You can see there the St. Clair Saints in the middle of the pack. I mean, even though you could say this could be a shoe-in win for Humber, I think they still got to come out hard and play the game they've always been playing.
This is the third time Humber's run the table men's volleyball in history, going back to 1999 and 2005. And Humber's been on top of the national rankings pretty much all season, really dominating and not dropping a set since November 23rd. And things are looking up to possibly another national championship. They have not won since 2012, but certainly a big possibility here this year.
Yeah, these Humber Hawks are absolutely on fire, and they are definitely staying hungry. That is for darn sure.
And we have a couple players that we're going to focus in on today for Humber. Andrew Blakey Lopez playing in his final regular season game there, where he's number 14, right in the middle of that, his teammates. Giving it to him there as they know this is going to be a big one for him today.
Yeah. As well, we take a look at Logan Andriku on the St. Clair Saints. He's one of the point getters for his squad, being second on the team with 118 points, to his name, and averaging about a kill and a half per set. So, you know, the first-year player, Logan Andriku, is going to be one that Humber's going to want to focus on.
Yeah, not too often you see that first-year player as one that's turned to, but certainly a big piece here for that St. Clair team. We'll turn over to the PA announcer here for this pregame ceremony for seniors night.
We'd like to call up Mike Kopanek and head coach Wayne Wilkins for today's Senior Day presentation. Would Andrew Blakey please join Mike and Wayne on the court? Two-sport athlete Andrew Blakey joined Humber Volleyball in 2016 after 2 seasons with Humber Baseball. The Collingwood native was named a League All-Star last season and helped the Hawks capture 2 OCAA silver medals. He will end his career 8th all-time on Humber's career blocks list. Congratulations, Andrew, on your career at the Hawks.
Technical difficulties. Okay. Are we having a good time? All right, so I know you're probably expecting all these horror stories and funny things about Andrew. I'm not going to tell you any of those. And I think some of you are also hoping that I'm going to say a few things like how good of a leader he was, or he was a great guy and a nice kid and all. I'm not going to say any of those either. What I am going to tell you is this. If you find yourself ever wondering what you're going to do next and you question it, think about Andrew Blakey. Andrew Blakey went from being a baseball player to a volleyball star in a matter of years, all because he worked harder than anybody else. So, we're going to get this game started, and I'm going to just say one thing. We're going to give him one parting gift. Are we ready? Bip, bip! Bip, bip!
And now, fans, welcome to the Nest for today's Senior Day game featuring the visiting St. Clair Saints and your Humber Hawks. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Saints, number 6, Carson Brummel. Number 7, Jared Nelson. Number 9, Jordan Fair. Number 10, Jackson Pechersky. Number 12, Nicholas Hebert. Number 13, Simran Pahal. And number 14, Michael Eben. The head coach of the Saints is Sean Rion. And now, here's the starting lineup for your Humber Hawks. The outside hitter from Markham, Ontario, number 2, Josh Fodari. The outside hitter from Rio de Brazil, number 8, Eduardo Salafera. The middle from Summer, Ontario, number 12, Maximum Crowder. The center from Oakville, Ontario, number 13, Jake Gomes. The outside hitter from Solo Pristina, number 7, Razar Sadiku. The libero from Toronto, Ontario, number 3, Roddy Kim. In the middle from Collingwood, Ontario, number 14, Andrew Bleaky. The head coach of the Hawks is Rick Wilkins. He's by Nick Bond, Mac Robertson.
Virtually no surprise in the starting lineup for the Humber Hawks. All the usual suspects starting. They're showing that they're here to win this one and here to finish off this one. Finish off this regular season with the perfect season. Hopefully not drop a set along the way, keeping that streak alive.
Yeah, Humber want to keep their dominance. They want to keep the momentum of just playing the volleyball they've been playing all year long. So why not go with the guys that are trusted and have been doing the job oh so well for these Humber Hawks.
And St. Clair, of course, no pushover of an opponent. They're sitting just below 500, but be sure they're a capable team. They are here to win today. The women's team made it close, but couldn't quite pull it off. Let's see how the men's battle here turns out this afternoon. Final regular season volleyball game here for Humber this season.
Yeah, you got to expect with that, they're going to want to try to keep that momentum going, stay in the win column, and just keep that pressure that they need going forward into the playoffs.
Jordan Fair will get to serve first. Kim gets to that. Set up by Gomes. Fodari. And a big kill there. Humber's on the board early.
And that's exactly how they wanted to get started here. Easy set to Fodari. Easy kill. And now Jake Gomes, oh so good at the service line, is going to start it off for Humber.
Jake Gomes, maybe the best server in the province, gets a shot here.
Coming into this one with 31 service aces.
Ferreira gets that one. Gomes setting it up. There's Sadiku. No mistake there. Humber's up 2-0.
Yeah, Sadiku may be throwing the St. Clair defense a little change up there, catching that back row of defenders just a little bit off guard. That little bit of a soft touch.
And the Hawks team is just so good in general, just changing things up, and we've seen that all season en route to the 17-0 record that they got. Big serve there, Jake Gomes, but that misses.
And just barely out the back end. And we know that Jake Gomes, when he gets going from the service line, he can be oh so dangerous. As if you're St. Clair, you gotta be thankful that he's gone immediately.
They go trading service errors for service errors. And with Jake Gomes, he plays that style where he gets so many of those service aces, and you're going to throw an error once in a while with that kind of high-risk play that you got to play for that.
And there's nothing wrong, especially with how consistent he can be. Exactly, everybody is human, even Jake Gomes.
There's Sadiku. Good serve. Set up there by the Saints. The soft touch there by Pechersky. Just off-timed. Hawks in control 4-1 early.
Yeah, I don't think that was quite the set that they were looking for St. Clair. Not quite the approach he wanted. Certainly didn't get the finish.
Sadiku, powerful serve. Ferreira, Gomes keeps that up. Back to Ferreira. Can't return that. The good signal point to St. Clair, but it was deflected out by the Saints, so it's a point for Humber.
And going to Humber's, keeping Razor Sadiku on the line. Humber off to a pretty good start here, 5-1.
Just kept alive by the Saints. They're gonna have to scramble a bit here. They'll just throw it over. Free ball here. Gomes sets it up. Who's it going to? That's Ferreira. Soft touch. Just gets the dig there. Flipped over, but right back. Let's go out of bounds, though.
Yeah, good active block there by Fedari and Crowder. Good job getting their hand on it, but just didn't quite have the angle off the hand as that one out of bounds.
Abens gets a serve, but out of bounds.
Once again, St. Clair giving up an unforced service error. We've seen that a lot from the ladies' game. Definitely don't want to see it from the St. Clair Saints. They're going to look to try to clean that part of their game up.
Maxim Crowder with the serve. He gets it over. Controlled by the Saints. They just flip it back. Big opportunity for the Hawks here. Gomes sets it up. And that's Blakey with a big kill.
Yeah, Blakey getting himself going there with a big kill. As St. Clair is really kind of making it hard on themselves, giving up way too many free balls here to start.
Another look at that Blakey kill, and already 4 players for Humber with the kill. Crowder's serve, that's good. Deflected back by Pechurski.
Yeah, Jackson Pechurski, excuse me. A little bit of a tongue twister for myself. Yeah, having that one go through his hands there. Needs to be a little bit stronger on the return.
Second unforced error by him early in this one. Good serve there. Pechurski a chance to redeem himself right into the block. Sets up his teammate. Over. Couldn't get that one over the net, though. Won't matter as that was deflected out by the Hawks.
Yeah, Eduardo Silva Ferreira just not quite as tight to the net as he would like to be there. Unable to get that deflection down and into the St. Clair part of the court.
Humber doing well not to make too many unforced errors as this one's gone along. Gomes setting up his teammate. That's Blakey. Makes it look easy on that one.
Yeah, Blakey making it look easy for sure. And we will take a look at that once again. Jake Gomes doing a good job getting his middle going here early.
Even when Gomes didn't put that ball in a perfect spot, Blakey knew right where to put that in the court. Gomes sets up Blakey again.
And once again, St. Clair giving up a free ball, and once again, they're gonna eat it as Humber off to a really good start, really capitalizing against these free balls that St. Clair keeps giving up.
Another look at that one. Very similar look to that play. Fedari, big serve, just catches the line. Absolutely powerful serve there. No mistake by Josh Fedari.
Yeah, Josh Fedari, second behind Jake Gomes with service aces coming into this one. He had 18, now his total at 19. Make that 20. Josh Fedari continuing his monstrous season here, getting on a little bit of a roll from the service line.
That ball deflected pretty far back to where some of the HSN crew is. No one hit by the ball, though. Fedari, another powerful serve. This one's set up. Pechurski. A little bit of redemption for him there as he gets the kill.
Yeah, had a little bit of a slow start. A couple of not really hits that approaches that he wanted anyways, and they're getting a little bit of a better set and doing a good job capitalizing.
Pechurski all the way from Calgary. That's a service violation. He crossed the line before he got rid of that ball. Humber's on top by a big 9.
Towing that line once again, another service error, an unforced error, excuse me, allowing Humber to get even more comfortable with an even bigger lead.
Appears to be an issue with that net. All good now, though. Eduardo Silva Ferreira ready to serve.
Coming all the way from Brazil, the second year. Really showing his ability for this Humber Hawks team.
Just barely catches the line. St. Clair thought that was going out. Seen that a couple times now.
Silva Ferreira with a service ace to his name. Not really known for the serves, only had 5 on the season coming into this one. But adding another to his name, make that 6.
Soft serve there. Almost a play at the net. Sadiko's all over that, and St. Clair kind of fooled up themselves there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if Fair wanted to tip it up for his player to make the 3rd hit, or if he actually wanted to try to get it over in 2. Either way, St. Clair is going to get a body change as Kyle Tran checks in.
Yeah, Pechersky's had a little bit of a rough start to this one, so he'll catch a water break here. Silva Ferreira still on the line. St. Clair crossed up. Free ball here for Humber. Kemp to Gomes. Oh, and he throws off everybody with a big hit.
Yes, sir, Jake Gomes. We are used to seeing him get over in 2, but very rarely do we see him really wind up for a big hit there. As we take a look, Jake Gomes showing off what he can do with his opposite arm as well.
Yeah, everyone thought he was going to go for that setup there, but instead taking matters into his own hands. That's a block there. They're going to try again. Free ball here for Humber. Kim, Gomes sets it up. Soft touch by Blakey. And oh, St. Clair just barely got that over. Gomes tries it again, this time to Sadiku. Big kill by him there. Humber's up a big 13, 17-4.
Yeah, and a great finish there by number 7, Razard Sadiku. But, I mean, you got to give it to St. Clair doing a really good job scrambling and at least continuing that rally. But, yeah, Razard Sadiku doing what we've seen oh so much this season.
Silva Ferreira's on a service roll here. Big hit there right into the block, but out of bounds. It's going to be a point for St. Clair.
And Jake Gomes all over that block, just going off of his right hand and going out. Not quite the angle that he wanted. But either way, it's good to see that this Humber block is doing a good job reading the set.
That serve goes right into the net by Nicolas Hebert. Humber's going to get that serve right back.
Yeah, Humber making some pretty quick work here so far. Already 18-5 as Andrew Blakey from Collingwood.
The dual sport threat gets a service ace there. Right off the St. Clair hand. They couldn't get that one cleanly.
And honestly, it doesn't really surprise me all that much that a guy like Blakey went from baseball to volleyball. You do have a similar sort of rotation with your swings, but it's still a little bit different.
Another big service ace there. St. Clair having control, just controlling those serves.
Yeah, the St. Clair really having an issue with these returns. Just not really having the urgency there off the serve line as we take a look at that beautiful service ace.
Carson Bermel not getting a hand on that one well. But a miss there by Blakey stops that service run. Humber still up 20-6.
Yeah, still a really big cushion here for the Humber Hawks. You got to think this is exactly what Wayne Wilkins wants to see. Our Hawks getting off to a good lead early.
Once again, Jordan Fair putting that one right to the net. Now Jake Gomes is going back to the service line.
Let's see if St. Clair can pick up their game on the service return point of view, excuse me. Definitely tough to do against a guy like Jake Gomes.
Vidari gets to that one. Gomes sets it up. Sadiku, that's deflected. A point to the Hawks on the violation.
Yeah, it seems as though Michael Batista has touched the net there, the little white tape.
Gomes will get another shot here. Third-year player from Oakville. That one goes almost right into the rafters.
I don't see that very often.
Kim sets it up. Big hit there, Joshua Fadare.
That was a pretty nice play there by the Humber Hawks. We haven't really seen that much this year. Joshua Fadare taking that meter ball back set there. Have not seen that at all this year. Really throwing a change up there to the St. Clair defense.
Fadare's got a few tricks up his sleeve, it looks like. Getting ready for provincials. Big serve by Gomes. Set up here. right past the block. That's going to be a point for the Saints. So great ball there.
Yeah, a really good attack there by Carson Brummel. If we take a look at that replay there, good back set, good approach. That's exactly what you want to see. And I think if St. Clair can focus on getting that pass to that setter, we're definitely going to see a little bit more of that.
Brummel misses after a big kill.
Once
Now
again,
it's set point for the Hawks.
and once again, St. Clair just kind of stepping out their own fire with these service errors. Really have not gotten going from the service line at all.
St. Clair isn't even bothered using one of their timeouts of this set. Has just slipped away as Sadiku puts that one into the net.
Yeah, at this point, there's almost really no point in calling a timeout now, as they'll just kind of concede this first set, number one, and try to pick up their game going forward.
Kim, Gomes, Fidari. Saints scrambling. Free ball here for the Hawks as Kim gets that one. Gomes sets it up. Sadiku, and that will do it for the first set. Humber takes it 25-8.
Yeah, just an absolutely dominating set there by the boys in white right from the word go. They have been absolutely pedal to the metal, as we see there. Razor Sadiku flying from the backcourt with a big kill. And so far in this one, Humber doing a really good job spreading out the load as each person on the court has a kill to their name. Other than Maximum Crowder. Only one without a kill, but everybody else really getting in on the action.
Much like that women's game, it's really been a team effort. No one's really been above and beyond, shoulders above the rest of the crowd there. A lot of these kills have been spread out.
Doing a really good job, Humber, showing off that depth that they got, showing off that every single person on the court, including Jake Gomes, can wind up and swing for a really nice hit.
And these guys showing us stuff that we really haven't seen from them in previous games, showing that there's much left in the repertoire going into provincials. And speaking of provincials, good news from the curling provincials from Fleming College. Humber winning gold medals in the men's and women's, and silver and bronze in the mixed doubles. So, but another big weekend for the Hawks. And at St. Clair, the Humber basketball teams are both playing. Women's team just got the win, and men's are in action right now trying to avenge yesterday's loss to Lambton, which broke a 12-game win streak.
Yeah, unfortunate for that one. But yeah, trying to get back into the win column, get back into the swing of things, finishing off the season and going into the postseason with a little bit of momentum. And we'll see if Wayne Wilkins decides to switch up the lineup a little bit, seeing who's starting out there on the court. We've got a couple of new faces, as it looks as though Xavier Reed, Jaden Milne, as well as Colin Skanes checking into this one. Wayne Wilkins showing off a little bit of that depth that he's got on the bench.
It's going to be interesting to see if Christopher Bone gets any match time as well with Jake Gomes, their premier setter. It looks like Gomes is going to get things started off here, though, in the second set.
Yeah, you got to think if they have another lead like that, you got to think Wayne Wilkins is probably going to switch things up a little bit.
Kind of test that depth out.
Yeah, just make sure he's getting sort of everybody into the game a little bit, get them going, maybe see what the atmosphere is like if we start getting a little bit more of a playoff atmosphere, getting guys who haven't really experienced that type of environment really can mean a lot, especially going into the postseason.
So Skanes, Milne, and Reed will all be starting this set off. Some rest for Crowder. Going into the second set. It looks like we'll have a new libero as well, as Loretto Sarasuolo will be playing instead of Brady Kim.
Yeah, so going with a little bit of a bench lineup here.
Let's see how Humber holds up with their depth on the court. Gomes' serve, another powerful one. St. Clair running out of room and giving an easy point to the Hawks to start us off in the second.
Yeah, St. Clair really having a hard time just getting their feet under them. Haven't quite seen a real good tic-tac-toe kind of play that we're used to seeing in volleyball. Really having a hard time sort of getting their momentum going.
Oh, that Gomes serve a rocket.
Add another one to his service ace total. 31 coming into this one. 32 now as Jake Gomes continuing to climb up that all-time service ace leaderboard for the Humber Hawks.
A shot right at Simran Pahal, the libero, and he didn't have a shot at it. St. Clair will try again. Big flip right through the block. Finding a little bit of space there between Reed and Skanes.
Yeah.
Another look at that kill.
Yeah, Jared Nelson finding a little bit of a seam between the two blockers.
Service violation there. Humber's on top 3-1.
Yeah, Brummel just didn't quite have the toss that he wanted. Really trying to run after and chase that service toss as St. Clair continuing to have issues with unforced errors.
Sadiku serve. Oh, missed that one completely.
Don't see that very often from number 7. But he'll shake that one off.
Michael Abens with the serve. One dig on the day for him. And he misses, so both teams exchanging service errors.
Once again, St. Clair really have not gotten their serve game together. Really have to do a better job just trying to find that court, regardless of how hard you hit it.
Skanes' serve, and St. Clair runs out of room once again. Second time we've seen that early in the second set.
And along with the unforced errors, they're really having a hard time making that first pass. And that first pass is oh so important.
St. Clair scrambling a little bit again. They'll just toss it over. Gomes gets to that. Sadiku sets it up. That's Reed. St. Clair's got it. It's going to be a point for Humber with double touch.
And once again, just sloppy play. The fundamentals just aren't quite there on the St. Clair side. Even though they still are only down by 4, still able to stay in this one.
Skanes with the serve. That's good. Blakey's got it. Gomes back to Blakey. And no mistake for the senior.
And can't really do much about that if you're the St. Clair Saints. And once again, that first pass is that errant pass, allowing Humber that free ball and allowing Blakey to do exactly that.
Third kill on the day for him. Sends Skanes back to the line. Set up there. That's a big hit there by Brummel, but misses the court completely.
Yeah, Brummel with a really quick approach there. He can really get going on that run up to the ball. Just needs to find a little bit more of that downward angle.
Skanes back at it. Set up. Nice little flip move there. Humber's got it though. Reed. Put it right into the rafters. As Brummel now be a point for the Hawks.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Don't really see it too often, that ball getting way up into the rafters. But it seems as though Carson Brummel is having a little bit of a problem, really sort of absorbing that serve and making it so that he's not over bumping.
Colin Skanes once again, he's on a run here. And that will do it for the service run. Not enough mustard on that one.
Yeah, maybe Skanes trying that little bit of soft serve ice cream that Jazz Karen Kelsey is so effective at, getting that sort of front court serve.
Service violation again for St. Clair.
And that's the third time that they have gone over the line. They've towed that line a little bit on their serves. I think that's something that they're going to have to start, looking at and adjusting. Just maybe taking an extra step back for your serve.
Xavier Reed, big serve. Flipped right back. Great job there by Blakey.
And that ball, good, a fortunate bounce there as that block going into pretty much the only open part of the court there, going off the left hand of Andrew Blakey.
Reed serve misses by a mile at the St. Clair bench.
Yeah, Sean Reham making the play on that one.
7-point game here. Hawks lead 11-4.
Yeah, St. Clair sticking with the Hawks a little bit more in this one than in the first set.
Set up here, that's Reed. Soft touch. Step right back, and a big block there. That was Blakey on that one. Another big block. That one right over the block. Bowen sets it up. Reed with it. A big one there, point for the Hawks.
Yeah, net touch there on Brummel. As once again, it's really been the unforced errors that have caused Humber to really take the lead here in set number 2, as St. Clair can really not get anything going.
Yeah, not even bothering calling a timeout here. Jaden Milne is served right into the net.
Yeah, Milne not looking like he got the toss that he was looking for there. Had to overstretch on that one. Either way, it's going to go into the St. Clair court. As we see Takanori Ono, all the way from Japan the first year.
First action he's seen in the game. Kim puts it right back. Great heads up move there by Abens.
Yeah, a little bit of an overbump there by Jaden Milne. A little bit too strong on that bump. Couldn't quite get the pass he wanted to Christopher Bowen.
Point there for St. Clair on the lift.
Saffon Manning not too sure, kind of a little flabbergasted there, not really sure where the lift was, or not really paying attention there for the serve, excuse me.
Bowen sets it up, that's Blakey. Big hit there, and that's what we come to expect from him today.
Yeah, really good job there by Blakey. We don't normally see him from that side. But yeah, there, just Saffon Manning not really paying attention there on that replay. Ono doing a really good job, just going quickly after that ref told him that he could serve.
St. Clair scrambling, they just get it back. Reed over the Bowen, sets that up. Big hit there, St. Clair scrambling again. And that will do, it's gonna be a point for Humber.
There you go, Saffon Manning picking himself up there after that little bit of a brain fart there on a couple of plays before. But Humber now back to the service line with Andrew Blakey.
Puts that serve right in the net. Humber's still up by 6.
Yeah, still only up by 6 at this point in the last set. Humber really looked like they were in complete control, but St. Clair sticking with them a little bit here, but still need to pick up their sloppy play just a little bit.
Bowen sets that up. It's Xavier Reed just over the block. It's going to be a point for the Hawks.
And once again, just coming down on that net. St. Clair really does need to do a better job of being aware of that net and not touching it or going underneath and towing that line.
Christopher Bowen on the service line. 6 aces coming into this one. That one got away a little bit from Brummel. Big chance here for Humber. Bowen's gonna set that up. And a great job there. Saffon Manning with the kill.
And Saffon Manning picking himself up there. Couple of kills to his name after checking into this one.
Another look at that kill.
Really good vertical there.
That was a good looking serve by Bowen, but just missed the court. Carson Brummel a chance to serve. Not the cleanest game for him as he gets another service error.
Yeah, he's been having a little bit of a hard time just trying to ease up. Everything just seems like a little bit too much oomph on everything and just doesn't quite have that control that you need.
He hasn't had too much experience coming into this one, only his 3rd match of the season. Gets that right through the block, and a great play there for St. Clair.
Yeah, there you go, St. Clair getting fired up after that nice little hit there.
It's the second time we've seen that, just barely getting that one through the Humber block. Bowen sets it up for Reed. It's gonna be a Humber point.
A good tip there by the second year, Xavier Reed. Not really getting the approach he wanted there, going with the easy tip, and worked out successfully.
Colin Skanes on the service line. Barely gets over the net. Play at the net. Whistle blown, that's gonna be a point for the Hawks. 6 points away from taking the second set.
Yeah, once again, just those passes aren't quite there for St. Clair, making everybody run over the court just to try to make a play. As we see Colin Skanes now going on a little bit of a roll here with a nice little service ace, getting a friendly bounce from the net.
Yeah, that one just kissing the top part of the net, throwing off everyone on St. Clair. And a big break.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those plays you really can't do much about.
He's gonna have another go at it. It's gonna be thrown back. Misses the court again. Another unforced error for St. Clair.
Another unforced error, not quite the approach that Kyle Tran was looking for. Didn't get that vertical jump that he wanted and wasn't able to get that downward angle as it went out the backcourt.
Skanes once again. Brummel made that one go behind him. Big block there. Blakey and Milne were all over that. St. Clair struggling a little bit. Free ball here. Bowen sets that up. Blakey gets it off the deflection for another point. Humber's up 23-10.
Blakey absolutely having a pretty good game so far. 5 kills leading his Humber Hawks as he has been carrying most of the load here in set number 2.
Humber up 22-10. That was a nice looking play there, but outside of the post, unfortunately, for St. Clair.
Yeah, unfortunate. Kyle Tran having a really good swing there, but just making part of that antenna, which means that's out.
Skanes serves good once again. Right into the net, another point for Humber. Set point here, they're up 24-10.
Aono trying hard, not the biggest guy out there on the court, can definitely be a little bit more challenging when you've got a front court like Xavier Reed and Andrew Blakey.
And Kyle Tran puts that one right into the net. Humber with another big set this time, 25-10. Just slightly closer than that last set.
Yeah, a little bit of a better effort there from St. Clair. I think they sort of toned down on the unforced errors just a little bit, but still far, far too many to give up when you're playing a team that is as good as the Humber Hawks.
And with Humber showcasing some of that depth there in that second set, do you expect them to go deeper down the bench for the third?
Potentially they could. You never know with the way Wayne Wilkins coaches his team. Who knows, he could want to just put starters out and get out of here early.
And of course, in mid-March, Humber will be hosting the 2020 CCAA Men's Basketball National Championships right here in the Hawks Nest. Sure to be a great one with Humber going for that 7th national title. Certainly one of the best programs in Canadian college history.
Yeah, they were off to a little bit of a slow start in the year, dropping their first 4 games. Don't really see that from the Humber men's basketball team too often, but they've done a really good job picking themselves up and just absolutely dominating the rest of the season.
They're going to, even though they did lose yesterday to Lambton, they'll have a chance to pick it up today at St. Clair, and hoping to take some of that momentum. Next Thursday, the big one, Sheridan Bruins in town. This gym is going to be packed. It's going to be rocking.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a fun one. Definitely already excited for that one. As yeah, you're right. There's going to be people from all over Toronto, Brampton, Etobicoke, Mississauga. As you know, Sheridan's only 20 minutes down Steeles Road. So see a lot of the enemy colors out there in the stands.
This section right here beside us is sure to be filled with Sheridan fans, as it was last year.
Oh yeah, right behind the bench.
Yeah. So they have kind of that American college atmosphere, which you don't see too often north of the border here. It's a little unfortunate, but
yeah, we don't take it quite as seriously as they take their football and their basketball over there in the States. But nonetheless, I still think that, you know, our Humber basketball team and even our Humber volleyball team could probably do a pretty good job standing up to some of the volleyball teams and basketball teams over there in the United States of America.
That is for sure. Time is running out here between sets. Humber and St. Clair getting those final bits of warm-up and final bits of coaching here before we got to start this third and potentially final set. Humber looking to keep that stretch alive of not dropping a set since November 23rd. That was the opening set at Conestoga. And since then, they have just been on a roll.
Yeah, they have been absolutely perfect all season long. And let's not forget a lot of the volleyball tournaments that they were taking place in the early part of the year before the season even started. As well, over the Christmas break, your men's volleyball team went all the way over to Amsterdam, competed in a tournament, and I believe they only dropped a couple sets over there as well. So these Humber Hawks men's volleyball team absolutely dominating this year all around.
Certainly shaping up to look like a Humber-Durham finals for the OCAA gold medal, but still have business here to settle.
Yeah, still got business here, and you know, anything can happen in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Here's Kyle Tran, a couple of digs and a kill to his name.
As expected, some more depth for Humber playing. Jaskar and Kalsi, his first play on that front line. First serve way long. A few cheers from the St. Clair bench. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I heard a couple of people singing happy birthday out there, so it could potentially be Kyle Tran's birthday.
Not a very happy birthday for him so far, losing a big one here. And some great shot there. St. Clair is quickly down 2-0 in the third.
As we've got a couple of more bench players now. Jasker and Kelsey checking into this one. All 6'10" of him.
Big hit there, but right into that net. It's gonna be a Humber point.
Once again, Humber starting off this set with that momentum, that domination that they have been sort of used to all season long.
Christopher Bowen, he gets served right into the net though.
Unfortunate there, but it's really up to St. Clair to start picking up their game from the service line and try to avoid as many service errors and unforced errors as possible.
Bowen sets that up. Who gets that? That is Jaden Milne with the kill.
And
Perfect placement.
Yeah, very good spot on the court indeed. Making no mistake there, because that's going to send him to the service line.
Another look at that one. Serve is good. St. Clair returning that, but out of bounds.
Yeah, St. Clair thinking that that might have gotten off of a blocker's hand. Everybody's talking it over, and they're going to give it to St. Clair.
And not too often you see that call overturned.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often. But, you know, it's more important to get the call right.
Absolutely.
So that's going to send Nicholas Hebert to the service line.
Another service violation for St. Clair. That's the fourth of the game.
Yeah, once again, they're having a really hard time avoiding that service line.
Kalsi with his first serve. Good looking one. A big miscue there by St. Clair, handing Humber another point.
Yeah, not really sure what the game plan was there. Wanted to go for the back set, but no one there to take it. As Jasker and Kelsey will get back to the service line. Maybe we'll see that nice little soft serve that he likes to do so often.
There it is, right on cue. A violation against St. Clair. Double touch.
And the wheels are really starting to come off here for the St. Clair Saints. Really having a hard time getting anything going, whether it's the difficult passing, 2 touches on the serves, or the net violations and service violations, are having a really tough time out there.
That spike put right in the net by Jordan Fair. Fast-moving game here. No one's taking a single timeout so far, and Humber winning those first 2 sets pretty easily.
Yeah, Humber really has been in the driver's seat since the word go.
Showcasing some of their depth, too. Big hit there, but that misses. It's going to be a point for the Hawks once again.
And I mean, St. Clair really showing that they do have the ability to compete whenever they get their pass where they want to, when they're able to get that hitter in that primary position. They are able to swing and do some damage. They're just really having a hard time putting it all together.
Scramble play here. Can't get that over the net. Humber's up 9 points here. It's 11-2. Humber's done a real good job adjusting with that depth. Going up against all starters from St. Clair. That one misses, another Humber point.
Yeah, unfortunate there, as that was a little bit of a better approach by number 9, Jordan Fair, but just not quite able to get that downward angle that so many of these St. Clair Saints have been missing.
It's 11-2 for Humber. Causey serve, that misses. 11-3. Nelson serving for St. Clair. Another error.
And it really has been the tail of the tape here in this one. Just St. Clair, sort of their own worst enemy. Because every single time they get the ball in their court, it's just immediately taken away with an unforced error of some kind.
Each team exchanging errors here. Xavier Reed getting one of his own. Jackson Pechersky. He misses again.
Yeah, maybe focusing a little bit too much on making sure he didn't toe that line and causing a service violation that way, but unable to put it in the court. As now we see Saffon Manning, 1 kill and a dig to his name.
Great serve there. Set up. A little bit of an awkward play there. Bowen sets it up. Big hit. That was Reed. Controlled by St. Clair. Pechersky throws it back. Bowen's going to set it up. Who's that going for? That's Reed. Controlled once again. That's going to be a point for Humber. It's a double touch.
Unfortunate there for St. Clair, as you know, we started to get a pretty nice rally going. And unfortunately, a 2-hand touch pass.
Serve is good. Just lifts that over the net. Big chance for Humber here. Bowen over to Reed. Deflected all the way to the back wall. Our HSN crew almost got hit by the ball and possibly a body there, but Humber taking care of things again to point.
Yes, Saffon Manning with a nice swing there. As we see our first timeout of the match, as I believe it was Humber that called it too as well. So just giving everybody a little bit of a breather here about halfway through set number 3.
Yeah, I think head coach Wayne Wilkins knows that at this point you're probably on your way to a victory. So just a little breather for the guys just to keep them in the game and keep them fresh. Especially with, we all know that final tune-up game, well, not really a tune-up game, it's really a playoff game, that play-in game against Centennial will be coming up here at 5 o'clock on Saturday. So you want to keep everyone fresh and make sure no one gets injured.
Yeah. And make sure, you know, just get everybody in the game, get everybody sort of warm and their feet under them as, yeah, you know, we're getting ready for the postseason as these Humber Hawks want to keep their absolutely dominating performance through this entire year.
It's going to be a big chance for Humber. Looking like national favorites at this point of not taking that national title. They've only taken it once. That was in 2012, of course. Wayne Wilkins was running the show there. The chance for him to get that second national title.
Yeah, you definitely can see it in the Humber Hawks' eyes. They are hungry for that national title that has eluded them for, now 8 years. It's
especially since last year that provincial title just barely slipped away last year. Humber did host the provincial championships, but they lost a 5-set thriller to Fanshawe. Nice play at the net there. Humber now up 16-4.
Yeah, just more of that solid front court net pressure that Humber is always having out there on the court. That time Eduardo Silva Ferreira with the finish.
Manning with the serve. Kept alive. Just thrown back. Great diving play there. Bone throws it back. Thrown out of bounds. That's going to be another point for the Hawks. 17-4. It's all Humber in this one.
Yeah, that one going off a Humber blocker as it's going to be a St. Clair point. But yeah, Humber still just pretty much in control there. Safon Manning going on a little bit of a run there. But now, here's Aono.
Caught there, Bowen sets it up for Reed. Controlled by St. Clair, they're going to try and return it. Big hit there, Reed deflects that out of bounds. And St. Clair is back within 10.
Yeah, it was a pretty good job there by Jordan Frere to avoid that 3-man block that Humber went up with. Pretty good job there as Aono is going to continue from the service line.
Serve is good. Bowen's going to set that up. Oh, nice little tip there, Blakey.
Yeah, Blakey doing a really good job adjusting on that set. That meter ball set from Bowen wasn't quite up high enough, but was up high enough to at least make the play and get the ball over the net.
Blakey's at the line. A little bit of a weird play at the net, but Humber gets the point.
Yeah, Hebert wanting maybe that set just a little bit higher. St. Clair trying themselves a meter ball set. Just didn't quite work out.
Blakey with the serve again. Just barely stays in. Controlled by St. Clair. Deflected out. That's going to be a point for St. Clair.
Yeah, ball going off of the Humber block. Humber not really sure who touched it. But either way, points going to St. Clair as it will be Jordan Tran from the service line.
7 points away from taking it are the Hawks. Controlled here. Bowen sets it up. Silva Ferreira, big hit. St. Clair scrambling right into the umpire.
Really good job keeping that ball alive.
The big hit there. That's Calzi with it.
Jazz Grant Calzi with a nice finish there. But yeah, just going back to that play, it was Fair doing a good job sacrificing the body a little bit, almost taking out the chair umpire trying to make that play.
Yeah, he goes there to adjust his podium. Could have been a dangerous play there.
Good thing everybody's A-okay.
Nice block there. That's Xavier Reed.
Xavier Reed, he's done a pretty good job ever since checking into this game, being active on both the defensive side and offensive side of the ball.
Another look at that collision with the umpire. Oops, got bumped there.
Yeah, just thankful enough that he didn't hit that too hard, knocking the umpire off his podium.
And a bad break for St. Clair there. That ball just barely crossed the net. Big break for Bowen.
Yeah, another one of those serves where you really just can't really do much about that if you are the returning team.
Bowen's serve is just a bit too long there. That was a bit of a floater.
Yeah, catching a little bit too much float there as that knuckleball, yeah, sailing out the back end. But Humber still looking mighty comfortable, leading 21-8.
Jordan Fair, ready to serve. Bowen sets that up. So Fair, a nice soft touch, goes right back to the Hawk side.
Yeah,
Bowen sets it up again. There's Reed, out of bounds though. Almost shot that into the crowd.
Yeah, unfortunate there by Xavier Reed, but a really good job there by Takanori and Aono. Make sure he can dig that ball and give his team a chance, as that ball is now in the St. Clair court.
Jordan Fair will get a chance to serve again. Barely got that over the net. Bowen sets it up. That's Silva Ferreira. Misses again.
And just barely out the back end. And St. Clair maybe finding some legs here late, as Fair doing a pretty good job here from the service line. 2 kills to his name on the day.
But at this point, you got to ask yourself, is this just a case of too little, too late? Bogue keeps that alive for Reed. Can't get that over the net. Another point for St.
Yeah,
Clair.
Humber having a little bit of a hard time just getting that ball in the court. Doing a really good job, having good passes, having good sets, but just that finish hasn't quite been there the last couple of plays.
Still a sizable lead for Humber. They're up by 10. Fair serve. Just gets in there. Swallow couldn't believe it.
Yes, Solo thinking that might have just got out the back end, but just one you got to shake off. Say, give me the next one. Let me redeem myself here.
Still a long way to go for the Saints. Almost the same spot, but couldn't catch the court this time.
Yeah, you definitely got to think that Jordan Fair is trying to hit that sort of same spot, as you mentioned. Just unable to do so, as that's going to send Eduardo Silva Ferreira to the service line.
3 points to go. Sinker scrambling. That's going to be a point for the Hawks.
And once again, that first pass from St. Clair just not there. They really are just making it hard on themselves by not getting their passes to their setter.
So Ferreira serve just can't clear the net.
I'm trying a little bit of a short, soft serve. Unable to get it, though. Nicholas Hebert now.
Bowen sets that up. That's Reed, and that's a big hit for the point.
Big finish there by Xavier Reed.
Match point.
Match point indeed, and it's going to be up to Jazz Grant Kelsey. Try to finish this one off here.
Going for the perfect season. And right into the net. That will do it. Humber taking that third set, 25-13. Taking this game in 3 sets and having the perfect 18-0 regular season, only dropping 2 sets all year. That's an all-time best for the Humber Hawks, and maybe their best all-time team.
Yeah, you got to think. I mean, when a team can literally only drop 2 sets all season long, that they have just been absolutely dominant all year. And another great effort there by the Humber Hawks, showing off a little bit of the depth, but still getting the job done.
Nice gesture here of the Hawks. Saluting the crowd here, the Humber faithful. They've been great all season, the team and the fans. It's going to be an exciting postseason to be sure. We'll be back here next Saturday for the crossover match. Humber women to take on Loyalist and the Humber men to take on Centennial. Women's game at 3 and the men's at 5. Matt, I got to ask you, player of the game. It may be an obvious one, but we're going to give it to.
You got to think it's going to go to Andrew Blakey, mainly considering, getting the festivities early part of the game. But even then, he still had a pretty good game, had 5 kills just after the first set. So got to think it's going to number 14, Andrew Blakey.
I got to agree with you as we threw the announcement here. And no surprise, it goes to Andrew Blakey. And that will just about do it for us at the Hawks Nest. For myself, my broadcasting partner, Matt Caldwell, and the rest of us here at HSN, thank you. Be sure to join us Thursday for the Humber Sheridan basketball game.